Right, I'm just going to quickly show you the inside of a 2016 Scania P series cab. Now this particular one, just shut the door, is a four-wheeler. It's an 18-ton four-wheeler rigid. It's quite similar to the G series cab that's on one of my other videos, but I think it's the same cab, but because it's on the 18-tonner, it's sat slightly lower, so they've had to change the inside slightly. Now, with it being a new model, just switch the ignition on, and you can see little things. The display's slightly different when you go through the different modes. All the buttons seem to be the same. And it's got the same standard features, I think, as the other ones, with the fold down seat, and obviously the base folds up as well for extra room when you stood up. As it sits lower, the engine protrudes higher in the cab than the other ones, because obviously the lower that you sit in, the lower that the floor is, you're encroaching on the engine space. So this one hasn't got the pull-out drawers under all this kind of thing, and it hasn't even got bleeding cup holders. It's just got that. So every time you put a drink in there and go around a corner or around a roundabout or something, everything just falls out. There's a couple of newer things on this one. That's for the adaptive braking and the lane warning system. So if you start going over a white line on a motorway because you're falling asleep, that alarm goes off. We've also got, switch this on, it's like Big Brother's best friend, this one, because up there's a camera. So we've got a camera looking into the back of the vehicle, reversing camera, one out the front and one down the left hand side. Now the one down the left, I'll switch the power off. I've got my ignition on, so I'll just indicate left. You can hear that beeping, that comes on, and you get that annoying bloke telling you that you're turning left, well, telling everybody else that you're turning left, which isn't very good when you sat outside someone's house at 5 o'clock in the morning. Inside it's got the overhead storage, which I think is slightly bigger than the G series, because we're sat lower down. That gives you more room up there, it just gives you less room down here. I've just put some, I've been on a night out, so I've just got, you know, my basics up there. It's got the same type of bed as the other one, and like I say, they are relatively small cabs, so you've got to pull these slidey things out to make the bed bigger. Pull these daft cushions out of the sides, and then somehow they slot in there and just give you an extra 4 or 5 inches, which ain't a lot. And that's what she said. And I've sussed out how to lift this up as well. Anyway, all you do, you pull this cord here. I don't think that other vehicle had one in, so you pull that. Oh, hang on. Just move my seat. And then there's your underbed storage. That's the motor for the night heater, I think, and there's a fridge in here as well, and there's a control to switch it on and off, so every time you need to mess with the fridge you've got to lift the bed up. And the fridge is just this tiny little compartment, and here I've just got a couple of bottles in it at the moment. It's not very deep, so you sort of need to flat pack stuff to get in there, but I think that's something that you need, especially in the summer. Now another thing, press one of these switches, I'll just show you what these switches do. It's like I say, the vehicle sat lower than like a normal one, and with it being a four-wheeler, the nature of this particular job, there's a lot of handball off the side, so I think they've spec'd it with the truck bed lower than a standard 18-tonner, and as a result, I don't know whether this chassis is lower underneath, it must be slightly lower, so as a result you can tell really with the side guards how close together the bars are spaced. Normally there's a bigger gap in between. I think they've lowered it about, must have lowered that bed about 6 inches, because it's normally level with the, you know, with the bottom of the cabin. You can see that it drops down there like that, but so it's the clearance with the fuel tank. I mean, that's the normal, I'm at normal riding height there, so you get a bit paranoid going over speed bumps and things like that. But what you can do is press that button and it lifts about 2 or 3 inches. That helps, but the front's on air as well. So the other thing I can do, these two, where are we? These two buttons, arrows up, and just now look at the ride. So you tend to find, if I'm doing residential deliveries and there's lots of speed humps, I'm driving down roads, and every time I come to a speed hump I'm having to jack the suspension up like that, just in case I hit the fuel tank. And just press the button again, one button, to send it back down to normal ride height. I mean, I understand why they've done it, because like I say, it involves a lot of handball off the side, so the lower the side is the better. And especially you can also do it the opposite way. Dump the air out, so everything comes down. I don't know if you can see. So now, really low to the floor. So that helps as well when you're handballing. So if anybody else drives one of these, it's just something to be aware of. That ground clearance there, because even an adverse camber on a road, or a, you know, speed hump on a pedestrian crossing can catch you out. Anyway, that's just a quick look. I know it's a bit shaky, but gives you a rough idea what I'm driving at the moment. Thank you. Alright, little fella.